Yo, yo, yo. Once again, it's on. Who said that? Ice Cube? Yo, man. So, I watched this Versus yesterday, last night. Keith Sweat and Bobby Brown. And you know, that was epic. If you didn't see it, you need to go watch it. It was a funny, epic battle. But let me just say this, man, before I go on, man. I think Bobby Brown is kind of being over celebrated. He's everywhere. And I just feel like it's just we getting too much Bobby Brown everywhere. I mean, for the last couple of years, Bobby Brown has been. I mean, the man has gotten his flowers already. Y'all just overdoing it with the flowers with Bobby. Bobby's everywhere, man. You know, I think they had that thing where they honored Bobby Brown maybe a couple years ago. BBD honored him. You know, maybe some more artists honored him. I didn't see it. I just saw a little snippet on YouTube, but you know, he was honored then. He was honored with the New Edition movie. You know, plus he had his own spinoff from that involving his own solo career. The Bobby Brown story or whatever it was named. It was on BET also after the New Edition movie. So he was celebrated in that regard. You know, big shout out. You know, they did a big shout out to the actor that played him. Did a great job. Things like that. What else Bobby been doing? Bobby Brown got his own parkway down here in Atlanta. Bobby Brown Parkway. You know what I'm saying? What else? But he been had that. You know, that's neither here or there. I think he's been celebrated a couple more times more. Did he have like his own little show? I mean, I'm not talking about him and Whitney. I'm talking about, didn't he have like a little reality? Another reality? About 4 years ago or something like that? Not sure, man. But I kind of gotten my feel of Bobby Brown, and you know, shout out to his wife because she's making all this happen. His wife is like a behind the scenes person. Oh yeah, he had a roast. I think Bobby had like a honorings. Maybe was it his birthday? I think it was a roast or a birthday. Not too long ago, Bobby had that also. Yeah, I think it was a roast he had. That wasn't too long ago. So, and that was on YouTube too. I seen that. It wasn't a big major network thing, but you know, it's on YouTube. He had a roast. I think his wife was behind that. So yeah, man, Bobby is all over the place, and now him and Keith Sweat has this versus. You know, I'm kind of tired. I mean, I love Bobby. He had a great career. That first album, I bought that first album, Roni, back in what? That thing about 89, 90, something like that. And you know, and Bobby was compared to Michael Jackson back in them days. You know, Bobby could really dance. You know what I'm saying? The man had everything. The man had it going on back in them days, bruh. I mean, he was considered to be a better dancer than Michael Jackson. Some people would say a better live performer than Michael Jackson. I've heard people say that. You know, but Bobby was getting down. You know what I'm saying? But he been through a lot with all this turmoil, Whitney, drugs, kids dying. So Bobby been through a lot, man. But I just think, you know, the man, I don't know if it's sympathy celebration or what, but and now we got a versus. Bobby Brown in the versus. He's everywhere. Shout out to his wife. Like I said, I know she probably made this happen. She was. I'm pretty sure she behind the scenes of making this happen. Let's get Bobby on the versus. You know what I'm saying? We didn't need Bobby Brown in the versus, man. You know, we didn't need it, but you know, I appreciate the fact that they did it. Even though him and Keith Sweat don't belong nowhere in the verses together. Two totally different music moods. Keith Sweat is a ballad singer. Bobby Brown is a pop, not a pop, but yeah, like but no, Bobby Brown is an R&B singer, man. But they both R&B, but Bobby Brown is more of a up tempo R&B singer. You see what I'm saying? And Keith Sweat is the ballad singer. You know, no, that's just like Janet comparing Janet Jackson to Whitney Houston. No, it's two different levels of music. Like Luther Vandross compared to Michael Jackson. Come on, bruh. Two different levels. Don't do that. But I think Bobby Brown. I think Keith Sweat would have been. Keith Sweat probably should have went up against somebody like Peabo Bryson or like a Aaron Hall or who else was hot back in the or like a Al B. Sure, because that was big back in the day. Who's the better, Al B. Sure or Keith Sweat? You know, somebody in this same era, man. You know, um, Bobby Brown should have been paired with somebody like who was another R&B who had it going on. I don't know. I think Bobby Brown kind of stood on his own back in them days. Besides Michael Jackson, now you know he ain't messing with Mike, but who else was like a R&B flashy, up tempo R&B star back in the days when Bobby Brown was on that thing, man? I can't think of nobody that was doing it like Bobby was doing it. Huh. I can't think. Maybe it'll come to mind later. Because Bobby was tearing it up in the late 80s, early 90s. You know. I don't think nobody else was doing it but Michael Jackson. You know. Because or Hammer, you know, MC Hammer, but MC Hammer's a rapper. But Bobby was in that category of dance, singing, dance, up-tempo type music. I don't think nobody was competing with Bobby back in them days. I can't think of nobody except for Mike. Who else was it? R&B. I don't remember nobody else. You know, everybody else was in groups. Guy, you know, and all that stuff like that. But yeah, man. Great. The battle was still great though. The battle was still great. It was still a great battle. We got Keith Sweat, the legend. The 80s, mid 80s to now. You know, Keith Sweat, mid 80s to 2000s. Keith Sweat been dropping them hits, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we know you got Bobby Brown from New Edition days, early 80s to the 2000s also. So like I said, man, it was a funny battle. It was a funny battle, bro. Keith Sweat seemed like he was drinking. Keith Sweat seemed like he drunk before the battle even started. You know what I'm saying? Before he even picked up the Ciroc, seemed like he was already drinking before then. Seemed like he started early in the day. You know how you drink with your homeboy in the car before you go in the club? It looked like that way Keith Sweat would do. Keith Sweat already had a sip pack before he went in the club. That's what it looked like, man. Keith Sweat was on one, bro. Bobby Brown, he didn't look like Bobby Brown was sober. You can tell Bobby was sober. He wasn't drinking like that. But Keith Sweat started it off. I mean, they just started it off like they didn't, you know, they didn't put no Vaseline. They just kicked it off. No Vaseline at all, man. You ain't gonna warm it up. No foreplay at all. No foreplay or all, man. Just started the battle off. Didn't give a speech. Didn't say nothing. They both just sat down in the chair. You know, the DJ was a good DJ. When he introduced them, they came out. They sat down in that chair. They ain't said, "What's up, man? How you doing, man?" Good to see you. They ain't say none of that. They just, all right, you ready to kick it off? Who going first? Okay, I'll go first. Go ahead, play it. Like, god damn. You know what I'm saying? Y'all that, you know what I'm saying? At least warm the crowd up a bit. Oh, man. When Keith Sweat started his thing off, I'm not going to go through all the track lists of what they played. Y'all can watch it, man. Well, whatever they played was cool and great. Awesome. You know what I'm saying? But Keith Sweat had started Keith Sweat. Keith Sweat Keith Sweat was a little bit acting a little bit abrasive up there a little bit. I don't know if that's just his personality or what, or was it liquor talking, but Keith Sweat was real cocky up there, man. Real cocky. Keith Sweat had a cocky personality. And we didn't know how Bobby was gonna take it. I'm looking at Bobby the whole time, like, well, Bobby's finna go off on this nigga. Oh, Bobby. But Bobby just let it roll down his back, like, man, that's Keith, man. That's Keith. Bobby just let it roll down his back. Keith Sweat was tripping a little bit. Keith Sweat was tripping a little bit. I guess they've been knowing each other for so long where their personalities don't clash. You know what I'm saying? Or Bobby was just excusing the hell out of him or whatever. But Keith Sweat was real cocky up there, man. Bobby came in with a couple New Edition songs, and Keith Sweat reacted strongly to that. Like, hold up, now, you didn't tell me you was gonna be bringing in some New Edition songs, now. I thought it was just you. I thought it was just between me and you, not the group. So Keith Sweat was going off on Bobby about that. And Bobby was just handling it like a G. Bobby didn't overreact to that. Bobby was like, well, I'm on them songs. That's not cheating. Because Keith Sweat was swearing he cheated. And so Keith Sweat was like, well, I'm going to have to change some things up. So Keith Sweat came in with his group, LSG. And the thing that bothered me about that was Keith Sweat didn't acknowledge Gerald Levert. I didn't like that. I felt that was very selfish on his part. Matter of fact, Keith Sweat didn't acknowledge he acknowledged Drake. And he acknowledged P. Diddy. Because Drake shouted him out, I'm the light-skinned version of Keith Sweat. I'm the light-skinned Keith Sweat, whatever, on one of his, tracks. They say it's a mixed version of one song Drake got out. Whatever. I don't know. He acknowledged Drake. But I didn't like when Keith Sweat was playing his classics. He didn't acknowledge any of the other singers that was in his classics, like the group Nobody, and who can do you like me. He didn't acknowledge who were the other singers singing on that. I didn't like that, cause I want to know, like, who are the other singers on there. I think that was a group that he put out. I forgot the name of the group. I think they was kind of popular too. And he didn't acknowledge Gerald Levert. I didn't like that. When that was a very great song. Him, Gerald Levert, and Johnny Gill did. I forgot the name of that song, but it was a popular song. And Gerald Levert was the first one to sing on it, and Keith Sweat didn't even acknowledge Gerald Levert. He didn't say R.I.P. to Gerald. Didn't say none of that. I hated that, man. That was very selfish of him. I don't know if the alcohol had him, but he should have acknowledged Gerald Levert, man. Gerald Levert is a legend. You know what I'm saying? And even if you didn't, even if y'all had problems, you should still acknowledge him for his career and for the audience out there, because they love Gerald Levert. We love Gerald Levert, so Keith should have acknowledged him. Didn't say nothing about Gerald Levert. He gave Johnny Gill a backhand compliment, talking about yeah, you know Johnny like to go between groups, you know what I'm saying? Between New Edition and LSU, you know, he like to go between me and you know, between groups. Throw Johnny under the bus a little bit. Keith being a little shady, man. I ain't like that. And he didn't acknowledge the girl uh Make It Last Forever. That song with him on Make It Last Forever. He didn't acknowledge her. I wish he would have said her name. Shout out to blank blank blank. The nighttime. Give it up, you give me, you'll always be mine. That girl made that song, bro. Y'all both did that thing. You should have acknowledged her because she was great. She helped you make that beautiful song. You ain't even acknowledge her, bro. I didn't like that about Keith Sweat. All of his compilations, he didn't acknowledge. I don't think he even acknowledged Johnny Kemp. The man, he wrote the song for Just Got Paid Friday Night. Yeah, Keith Sweat wrote that song. He played the song, but he didn't acknowledge the artist who sung it. Like, Keith, what you doing? You that damn selfish, man? Come on, bro. Acknowledge these artists. Man, that really was a turnoff for me with Keith Sweat. He didn't say nobody else's name. He said P. Diddy name, and but other than that, everything else was perfect. Keith Sweat still looked good, still in good shape. He dressed the part. He was sharp, swag on 1,000. You know what I'm saying? He dressed age appropriate. I like Bobby coming out there looking like a 90s teenager. You know, Keith Sweat dressed the part, man. Looked good, man. You know, he had some good a good wardrobe. You know, Bobby Brown out there wearing big ass clothes, covering up that big belly, looking like he a rapper. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like that. Come on, man. Dress that man better. Stop dressing that man like he 10 years old, man. Yeah, looking like Bobby looking like he was 10 years old out there. Jordans, baseball cap, red jacket, big old long white t-shirt, baggy pants. He looked like he was about 10 years old, man. Dressing that man like he's 10 years old. Put that man on some grown man clothes. Keith Sweat got it. Keith Sweat knew how to dress though. You know, whoever did Keith Sweat wardrobe did a good job. Yeah, man. But Keith Sweat was and I, the way Keith Sweat was looking at Bobby when Bobby was performing made me think Keith Sweat was like on. It put me in the vibe like Keith was. He didn't do this though, but it looked like Keith. It looked like he was about to bust out laughing at any time. You know how one of them motherfuckers, them sarcastic motherfuckers, look at you, just stare at you, and then you doing your routine, or you doing what you doing, they just bust out laughing. It looked like Keith Sweat was gonna do that. I was waiting on Keith Sweat to bust out laughing when Bobby was performing, cause that's what it looked like Keith Sweat was gonna do. The way he was looking at Bobby, like, nigga, you ain't got it. That's why he was looking at Bobby. Like, nigga, you just don't have it no more. But that's not how he reacted though. He showed Bobby a lot of respect. He maybe it was just the alcohol in his eyes, cause the way he was looking at Bobby, it looked like he can get disrespectful at any time. But he was totally respectful to Bobby. He sung along with some of Bobby's songs. He danced along with Bobby. You know what I'm saying? So he enjoyed Bobby just as much as Bobby enjoyed him. He showed Bobby Brown a lot of respect, even though he was acting cocky a little bit. He still showed Bobby his respect. You know what I'm saying? That was good to see. You know, and Bobby showed Keith respect. And, you know, it looked like they were just having fun up there, man. Keith seemed like he was having more fun than Bobby. Keith was acting an ass. Y'all gotta see it, man. Keith was on one up there, bro. He was really on one up there. I guess it was the alcohol, man. Keith was up there acting an ass. But he was having fun, man. We all enjoyed it. There was no disrespect. You know, it was all love. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing like Gucci and Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. These guys had respect for each other. You can tell Bobby had a lot of respect for Keith. I think Bobby said, "Put me with somebody I respect," and I think they put out Gabe, and Keith was and he was saying, "Yeah, I go up there with Keith. I respect Keith." That would it looked like. What happened to me, you know? So, cause I think Keith was before, yeah. Cause when Keith was making his hits, New Edition was little boys. You know what I'm saying? So they all looked up to Keith Sweat. You know what I'm saying? So Keith Sweat is the big homie to them. Um, and that's how Keith Sweat was acting like. Keith Sweat was acting like that too. Yeah, you telling Bobby, hey, you remember this song? You remember this? You remember this? He was acting like Bobby little big homie. Remember this song, Bobby? Remember that? You know what I'm saying? Keith Sweat still got it, man. Still got good vocals. Still can sing. Still sound like himself. You know, he kept his voice in shape all these years. Bobby, in his performances, Bobby is getting his voice back. I love that. And some, you know, he can't hit all the notes, but Bobby was hitting the notes now. He was hitting the notes. I like that. He was hitting them notes. He didn't sound awful. He sounded good. He didn't sound great, but he sounded very good. Sounded like he's improving, getting his voice back. He sounded good, man. Sounded better than he has in past performances. You know, he's sounding good. So I'm glad about that. You know, I'm glad that. I wish he'd lose a little more. I wish he'd lose weight so he can start doing them dance moves again. You know, you can tell he still know how to do those dance moves. He just don't look right doing them because he's so fat now. But he can still do it. If he lose weight, he look good. He look good doing those dances if he lose weight. You know. But yeah, man. What else, man? So, like I said, I'm gonna give it to Keith though. I think Keith took it. You know, Bobby Brown got some great music, but I think Keith took it, man. You know, those songs Keith hit hard, bro. Them songs Keith got, they hit hard, bro. They hit very hard. I think Keith got that. But like I said, you really can't compare them because it's two different moods, man. You know, one you really just making love, the other one you just out partying. You know, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. But you know, both of them. It was a celebration though. They both won last night. I mean, they both won that night. They had the Verzuz, man. And Timbaland. Let me talk about Timbaland, man. They had like the post Verzuz interview. Why Timbaland don't have nothing to say, bruh? Like, they need to stop going to Timbaland, bruh. I mean, he has that awkward silence. Like he'll say the same old fucking like drone type thing. He'll say the same old ordinary shit. Like, yeah, man, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that battle. Two legends came out. Y'all did that, man. I enjoyed it. He sounds so superficial. This nigga sounds so superficial, like he didn't even watch. He sound like one of them fake ass motherfuckers that give fake reviews. Like they really don't care about the product. They just give a fake review. Oh, great product. Yeah, loved it. Shit like 5 stars. That's what Timbaland put me in the mind of. He had nothing to contribute. He had nothing to really say. He left Swiss Beats out there doing most of the talking. Timbaland don't say shit. I have to cut Timbaland off. I couldn't even watch it because Timbaland was giving me nothing but awkward silence. You know, they shouldn't even just call Timbaland no more. He did that before too. He did that with the Jeezy and the Gucci battle. You can tell when I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with Timbaland. But he didn't have nothing to say about that. He's had the same old ordinary shit about that. Yeah, 2 Kings came out tonight, did their thing, man. Yeah, I enjoyed it, man. You know, no substance whatsoever. And he did the same thing with the Keith Sweat. I would expect Timbaland to have a little more substance and what he has to say regarding these legends, but he had no substance. He says nothing. Yeah, I'm on the beach. I'm on the shore. I was watching in my wardrobe by the beach. And that's all he has to say. Then he just quiet. Like, nigga, get this nigga the fuck out of here. Don't even call this nigga no more, bro. He adds nothing to the show. He does nothing. He says nothing. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, is this nigga a bot? What is this dude, man? He can. I'm disappointed. I mean, yeah, it makes me disappointed in him because I expect more from him, from a great producer like him to make such great music. I expect him to have more substance when he's being interviewed. You know what I'm saying? I expect him to say more, especially regarding you got legends like Keith Sweat and Bobby Brown, and they just did a versus, bro, and you ain't got nothing to say. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm losing a lot of respect. Timbaland a weirdo to me, bro. Nigga's a weirdo, bro. I don't know what's up with that dude, man. Nigga's a weirdo, bro. Like, why they keep calling this nigga? He don't say shit. Stop calling him after a versus. He don't say shit. You know. Stop calling this dude, bro. The dude seemed like a fake, like a phony. You know, seemed like he didn't even watch the shit, man. Stop calling this nigga, man. It's really disappointing because I expect a lot. I expect more. I expected more from him than to just be quiet and not say shit. And you know, you got two legends in front of you, bruh. You know, fuck out of here. But that's it, man. I love the battle. I still gotta watch that Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle battle. I ain't even finished watching that. I still gotta watch the rest of that, bro. But a lot of these battles I skipped. You know, a lot of these verses. The Bow Wow Soulja Boy battle, I tried to watch it. I can't deal. I wasn't a fan. I was a fan of Bow Wow, but I can't watch him perform those old songs because he sounds. He can't rap no more, so I can't listen to him try to perform those old songs. I don't know no Soulja Boy songs. I wasn't a fan of Soulja Boy. I'm a fan of his success in life, but not a fan of his music. I was a fan of Lil Bow Wow. Big Bow Wow can't rap. You know, Lil Bow Wow can rap. Big Bow Wow can't rap. So I'm not gonna watch this. They did Romeo wrong. Bow Wow did Romeo wrong. Bow Wow seemed like he really don't fuck with Romeo, but he's nice to him. You know, that I get that vibe. He don't really fuck with Romeo, but he's nice to him. You know, or he's cordial with him. That fake, that phony shit, that Hollywood shit. He be Hollywood and Romeo. You know, I get that vibe. I get that relationship vibe from them. But anyway, man, that's it for me, man. Big facts. Peace.